Every year, a staggering $2 trillion worth of goods and services crosses the Atlantic between the European Union and the United States. While political rhetoric often fixates on the U.S. trade deficit in physical goods, looking at the entire economic picture reveals a relationship that is remarkably balanced. This chart shows the complete exchange. Europe sends out high-end machinery, cars, and pharmaceuticals. In return, the U.S. provides the digital infrastructure, software licensing, and financial services that European businesses need to operate. For decades, this equilibrium provided stability. However, that stability is now being tested by several rounds of tariffs and direct threats from Washington, as trade policy increasingly becomes a tool for geopolitical leverage. This deep integration has created a structural dependency. If this connection were severed, Europe would face the immediate challenge of losing its primary consumer market and its most critical service provider. This vulnerability is a product of history. In the wake of World War II, the United States took an active role in rebuilding a devastated European continent. Through the 1948 Marshall Plan, the U.S. provided $13 billion in aid, but that support came with conditions. To participate, European nations had to agree to lower import restrictions for U.S. goods and tie themselves to the American economic ecosystem. While this sparked the fastest period of growth in European history, it also hardwired the continent into a system it does not control. Today, we need to stress test that system and see exactly what would happen if America decided to pull the plug. The audit begins with Germany, the industrial hub of Europe. Its economy is built on a model of high-volume exports, meaning its internal health is inseparable from the health of global trade. At the center of this model is the Mittelstand, specialized medium-sized companies that dominate niche global markets. These businesses produce the precision machinery and vehicles that American factories and consumers rely on. If the U.S. market closes, Germany has nowhere else to turn. China is now a direct competitor in these high-end sectors. India is still focused on lower-end production, and trade with Russia has been cut off by sanctions. A sudden trade war would leave Germany's most specialized sectors with no buyers. This would lead to widespread layoffs and a significant long-term contraction of the EU's total GDP. The next fracture point is Ireland. Due to shared history and pro-business policies, Ireland has become America's primary economic foothold on the continent. The local exposure here is extreme. Currently, nearly 15% of the Irish workforce is directly or indirectly supported by U.S. corporate investment. Much of Ireland's growth is a pass-through for American multinationals. These companies record their profits in Ireland, which provides a massive and growing portion of the country's corporate tax receipts. Losing this investment would strip away the tax revenue that current public spending relies on. Ireland would face a difficult transition, as its national budget would likely shift from a structural surplus to a structural deficit. The final point of failure is the most systemic: SWIFT. This is the communication infrastructure that allows the world's financial institutions to transact with one another. Because the US dollar is the world's reserve currency, almost every international payment eventually clears through US banks. This gives Washington significant influence over who can and cannot use the SWIFT system. The US has already shown it can use this power to cut off access to the global economy for specific companies or entire nations, effectively freezing their ability to transact with the rest of the world. While alternative systems in China and Russia exist, they are isolated. SWIFT connects more than 11,000 banks globally, making any other network functionally insignificant by comparison. This creates a significant imbalance. While the US relies on European machinery, that machinery can eventually be built elsewhere. But as long as the US holds the keys to the financial infrastructure of the Atlantic, Europe's ability to push back on trade policy is constrained. To avoid the catastrophe revealed by this audit, Brussels has begun a strategy of de-risking, a deliberate effort to reduce reliance on a single partner. Europe is frantically diversifying its partnerships. They recently finalized a free trade agreement with the Mercosur nations in Latin America and are pursuing membership in the Pacific-based CPTPP, creating trade zones that specifically bypass both the US and China. There is also a significant shift in hard power. Europe is ramping up defense spending, and France has recently announced plans to increase its nuclear arsenal to provide a deterrent that is independent of Washington. These moves are designed to replace their reliance on American military protection and diversify their energy suppliers, moving away from a dependency on U.S. liquefied natural gas. The necessity of this unity is proven by the current state of the United Kingdom. Since leaving the EU, the UK has found itself isolated, attempting to negotiate with superpowers as a lone middle power. Negotiating one-on-one with much larger economies has left the UK at a severe disadvantage, a reality that is causing many in the country to reconsider the value of collective bargaining. Relying on the goodwill of an erratic partner is a risk European leaders are no longer willing to accept. To survive, they are choosing to transform from a dependent junior partner into a fully autonomous global power, because true security requires the ability to stand on their own.